Hey hookers!
Welcome back to Stitch and Bitch. I'm Jackie.
And I'm Hannah.
And you're you.
And welcome.
Welcome back.
The
disco balls, that's fine. I didn't really like the old one anyways.
Okay, great. I didn't either.
We can switch it all the time. The disco ball's still spinning. Oh, no it's not.
No.
No, it is.
You're a liar.
Okay, now we can officially start.
Yep. There it is. It's going. We'll get a motor for it maybe one day so we don't have to do it manually.
And like
I don't know how that works
flashlight for it.
Oh yeah.
Some child that's in a STEM class can easily make us a motor for our disco ball.
First we gotta find a STEM class.
Yeah, first
and
we gotta find a child.
No, we're not doing
Anyways,
that.
so today's topic, we got some debates. Hannah and I are friends, but we don't really like each other. So we like to argue a lot.
First, what are you working on?
But first, what am I working on? I'm still working on the s'mores, as you can tell. And
You made a lot of progress.
Thank you so much. And I'm also just working on, getting through my day.
Mm-hmm.
Life. Got a lot going on, man.
Yeah.
So, apparently nothing I'm going to discuss on the pod, though. Hannah, what are you working on?
Myself.
Yes. That's good.
No, I'm working on the pillow still, but I don't know. The problem is I need the pattern, and every time I try to do it without the pattern, I keep messing it up. So we're going to try. It's not going to work, though.
Guys, it's about progress.
It's about drive. It's about power.
Okay. All right. So today we're talking about debates.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting because you and I actually agree on a lot of things.
Yeah, we do.
But but at the same time, we're both stubborn as shit.
Yeah, we really are. Yeah.
So when we disagree,
it's because of our Virgo placements.
Yes.
And I hate to bring astrology into it, and that's a lie. I love to bring
I was going to
astrology
say, no,
into
she
it.
doesn't. She doesn't hate it at all.
Oh man, here she goes again.
Oh no.
It's the Virgo.
Yeah.
We need to be right.
We need to be right.
And we're both right, usually, to some degree.
Yeah.
But
even
that's
when
what
we
makes...
both disagree, we're both right.
Yeah.
So
Because...
today's going to be fucking fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, why don't we just
Let's just
jump
jump right
into
in. Listen, Hannah and I are kind of in a silly, funny
silly, goofy mood.
A silly, goofy mood. And so, we're done with all this bantering up top. Let's just jump right in.
Yeah, we already did that.
Yeah, we bantered. You've been here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
We've been bantering.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're done bantering. No more
Let's
bantering.
get into some debates.
I want to go.
So,
let's go.
the nature
fight.
of these debates, let's fight.
Ding, ding. I'll insert that sound.
Hell yeah.
Because I can do that.
Yeah, you
Ding,
can.
ding.
I love it. All right. So these aren't in any particular order or topic, nor are they, important. But
Yeah.
they're important to me.
Right.
So
we're not here for serious debates.
Hell no. So my first, I don't even know if I want to go in order of my list. You know what? Fine.
Pick whatever you want.
Well, some of them are questions and then some of them are opinions. So let's start with a question. What do you think is the most useful utensil for eating?
I'm going to go with the spork.
You asshole. You're going with a spork?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I'm going to say fork for real.
No, go with your spork.
Well, I don't mean it though, because
I will argue that the spork is the least useful utensil you can have.
Okay, but here's my thing. No one has sporks in there. If I open up my drawer, I don't have a spork. That's not very,
I have only sporks.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you hate them.
I do.
Okay.
It's a struggle every time I eat.
Yeah.
You
should buy some new utensils. No, I'm locking in fork.
Okay.
I think fork's the most useful.
I think a spoon is the most useful utensil.
You know what? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why? I'd love to hear why.
Okay. I'd love to answer that. So, I think that a spoon is the most useful utensil because it's versatile.
Yeah.
You can use the side of it to, poorly but still effectively cut into things. Mm-hmm. You can scoop up usually anything that you would need a fork to prod and put in your mouth.
Yeah.
So, and then you can't eat soup or cereal or anything like that with a fork. So spoon.
See, I vote fork because you can also use the side to cut into things. You can, if you're eating macaroni and cheese, you can scoop the macaronis onto the fork. That's fun.
Okay.
No, if you're eating spaghetti, you got the twirl. You can't eat spaghetti with a spoon, and you can't do it.
What if you use the stem of the spoon?
Why are you gonna do that?
Because I only have spoons. I don't have a fork.
You're not gonna do that.
What?
Okay, you eat soup because we are eating soup as a side with spaghetti. Obviously. No. Okay, we'll go meatball. I could see you eating a meatball with a spoon for sure. Cut into the side of it. You're eating your meatball, and then you're like, "Oh no, gotta eat the spaghetti. Let's just turn it around and eat." You got sauce on your hands. Now.
I actually, I eat spaghetti with my fingers.
Those are forks.
Fingers are just forks.
Hands are fork shaped.
Hands are now forks.
Hands are fork shaped, and so yeah, that means you like
palms
forks
are spoons.
Facts.
So really, the most useful utensil is hands.
Absolutely, and we can stand by that.
First debate over.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Okay, I'll start with a question as well.
Go for it.
Is water wet?
Ooh. Is water wet? What's your opinion?
No.
Yeah, I was leaning towards no, too.
Because, like, water can't be wet because if something's wet, it's because it got water on it.
But wouldn't that make the nature of water wet? Don't you have to be something in order to make something else something?
I don't know. Are all therapists good people? I don't know.
I think water has to be wet in order to make other things wet.
I don't know.
But here's my counter debate.
Yeah.
Is anything actually wet? Oh, no, just kidding. Do we actually get wet when we are in the water? Because water doesn't like soak in. It's not like a towel where if you put a towel in water, it soaks in the water. You wring it out, it's wet. But we as humans, we just get water on us and then we wipe it off with said towel.
I do think we get wet. Because my hands are wet because I wash my hands.
But they just have water on them. I guess that means they're wet.
Yeah. I don't think
water.
Fine.
I was trying to argue.
Well, I liked it. Thanks. At least the debate didn't die.
Do we just repel water off of us? That's not my password. What's my password? Got it.
What's my name again? Okay, go ahead.
An air fryer is a glorified toaster oven.
It is.
Okay. We're just going to agree on everything.
Give me your debate for it.
Okay. So, you have an air fryer.
Yeah.
You're an air fryer.
I'm an air fryer.
You're an air fryer.
Okay.
And you're like, you got shrimp in you, you got wings in you. And
I am an air fryer.
And you're and you got air in you.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like blowing the air around and you're toasting up your food.
Yeah.
It's a toaster oven.
It is. Well, because toaster ovens are convection ovens. That's all they are. Is they're just small convection ovens. It's especially useful if you don't have a convection oven. I do not.
I don't either.
So it helps toast things because the air moves around and it dries shit out, and then it's toast.
Air fryer.
Air fryer does the same thing. Except some air fryers are just like pod shaped for no reason.
Yeah.
So am I on the hunt for an air fryer toaster oven? Yes. Is it mostly just a toaster oven with a special air frying basket in it? Also, yes.
And one of them you were looking at even had a rotisserie in it.
It did.
And you could rotisserie whole chickens.
I could.
Which is insane.
I think I'm going to buy that one because it's too big.
I wonder how long it takes, because I would say that the argument that an air fryer is a glorified toaster oven is that it fries stuff quicker.
Yeah.
So I wonder how long it would take to fry a whole chicken, a rotisserie chicken.
In
that sentence didn't make sense. I wonder how long it would take to rotisserie a whole chicken in an air fryer.
I also wonder, but I think what happened, a personal story, I think what happened with that is that it was too big. It was like gigantic. And I don't have that much counter space, but it's, even if I did, it was still humongous.
Yeah.
And also, apparently the sides get really hot.
Yeah.
Like
the outside.
Like 300 degrees hot.
Ooh.
Like, you don't want to touch that. You're going to, maybe not 300, maybe 100. It was hot.
It's
like,
hot.
you touch it, you get burned.
Yeah.
And so, like, you don't want the outside of it to, you don't want that. So,
No.
I think that was the reason why I said no to that toaster oven. I'm still on the hunt. I don't know.
Drop some recs.
Yeah.
In the comments.
Affordable.
Affordable
obviously.
recs.
Yeah, because I don't want to spend like $500 on a toaster. Even $300's a lot. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like $250 is good, I think. Anyways, that's for you, so you know what
for you.
price range I'm looking for a toaster oven at.
You're welcome.
And thank you. Anywho,
I got some good ones on here. I'm just warming up.
I also have some good ones. So we'll start with my boring ones first.
Yeah.
Do you put your toilet paper over or under?
I have that on here too.
Oh my god. Okay, well let's hear it.
All right. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I already know the answer for both of us. Mm-hmm. We both put the toilet paper on top, over. You put your toilet paper under?
I switched.
I know why.
Yeah.
Because it's just marketing.
Because
it's capitalism.
I switched to go against capitalism. I did. Yeah.
That was smart.
Because
I'm pro-capitalism, so I'm just kidding.
No, to explain to everyone.
Yes.
Somebody called out that when you have your toilet paper over, you use more of it.
Yeah.
And then it became this controversial thing somehow.
Yeah.
If you go to any restaurant or any cafe or anywhere that has public restrooms, you'll notice that the toilet paper is under.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Because they're
less trying to conserve it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have so much trouble fucking getting the toilet paper out in public restrooms
Yeah.
that I use all the time, I guess.
But you use less of it. Like, it breaks faster, and then you're like, oh man, you know?
Wow.
And then when you pull when it's over, it just keeps kind of going. And you're like, oh man.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you gotta roll it back up.
And nobody does that.
Nobody does that.
You just use it.
Yeah, so.
You're using too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've been converted. I mean, I already knew that. I just like the look of it being over.
It does look nice.
The aesthetic has got me.
It's a nice look. And then the whole world is like, if you don't put your toilet paper over, you're dumb. But like,
that's capitalism.
No.
They got infiltrated. They're brainwashed.
The
you
government,
beat the
man.
system.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So now we put our toilet paper under.
I have to switch it right now.
Go.
I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. No, that was a good one. In that same vein, not toilet paper related, but how you do things.
Yeah.
Do you put your socks on first and your shoes on second? Mm-hmm. Or do you go sock, shoe?
Never. Mostly because, like, my shoes are downstairs, my socks are upstairs. Socks are in the bedroom. Shoes, most of my shoes are not. Like, my everyday wear shoes.
Yeah.
I keep them, like, near the door.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to be like, let me carry my socks downstairs. I would put them on, and then I go downstairs, and then I put my shoes on.
Yeah. So I used to be a sock shoe person.
Very interesting.
Because I used to care about how my socks looked in certain shoes. So, like, if I had low-rise sneakers, and then I had, like, ankle socks, but they kind of peeked out, I wanted to make sure they were cute, or they coordinated with my outfit, or they like looked with my shoe. Now I don't really give a fuck. Yeah. So I'm a sock shoe person. Mm-hmm. But before it was because, or sometimes I still do if I'm like trying out different shoes and I just want to see what the socks look like with them.
Yeah, that's fair. But in general, like, I'm going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Gotta throw on my socks and shoes.
Yeah. Yeah,
there's no. Also, I wear the little, like, no-show socks now because I For some reason, I always hate when my socks... For other people, they look fine. Socks peeking out look fine. For some reason, on me, I'm like, I do not want my socks peeking out at all.
Yeah. I was just recently thinking I want more fun socks. I always have, like, these... Uh-oh. You're going to see my socks.
Oh, my God.
Just, like, black or gray or white. And,
Yeah.
like, they're boring.
Mm-hmm.
I want fun socks.
Get some fun socks.
Thanks. I will. I want fun socks. I want my socks to show. All right. I'm going to go still. Because I have a lot, actually.
Well, I just went with the toilet paper thing.
Okay,
so
great.
Go.
Okay. Mashed potatoes aren't good.
How bold.
Yeah.
What a bold thing that
Mashed
you said.
potatoes aren't good. And I think that it's bullshit that so many people on this planet argue that it's the best form of potato.
It's not the best.
It's not the best.
But it's fucking good.
They're not good.
Do you not eat mashed potatoes?
I do eat mashed potatoes. I don't think they're good.
What?
I like them. I don't think they're good. I think it's one of those things that we have been conditioned to believe that mashed potatoes...
How are you making your mashed potatoes?
I think it's one of those things that we have been conditioned to believe that mashed potatoes are good when they're not. Because, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're typically dry.
Not mine.
No, mine. Okay. What do you put in your mashed potatoes?
A lot of butter and oat milk.
Okay. You go to a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
They're typically dry. And they're typically cold. Because they're mashed potatoes. So they're not retaining any heat.
Yeah.
Because you cook the potato, you strain it, and then you have to mash it. So in the process of mashing it, you are releasing all of the heat from the mashed potato. Then you're adding cold butter and cold milk to the mashed potato. They're not hot by the time they get to you. They're barely even warm. So you're just eating cold mashed potato that, yeah, because there's milk and butter and salt and pepper and all of those things, that's what makes it taste good.
Yeah.
But a mashed potato... it's not good. It's cold. And then you can't reheat it because then they get all weird and shit. Like,
See, I make my mashed potatoes. I put rosemary and garlic in them.
okay, I'm not talking about your mashed potatoes.
Okay.
I'm talking about general mashed potatoes.
My mashed potatoes.
They're not good because they're cold.
What do you think is the best
And
form
they're
of a
dry.
potato?
French fry.
That's the best.
I think that a French fry is the best form of a potato.
What about gnocchi?
Don't start with me. No, I don't think a gnocchi is the best form of a potato. Because I think because gnocchi is potato pasta.
Yeah.
That's like saying that an orzo is the best rice. That's not
Yeah.
an okay argument.
I like a lot of forms of potatoes. I don't think I can pick.
I think French fries are my favorite. I will say that. It's hard to beat. There's so many different types of French fries.
Potato wedges.
Yeah, that
Really
I think
good.
are French fry.
Yeah.
That falls in the category of French fry to me.
Twice baked potatoes.
I'm not a huge fan of twice baked potatoes.
I'd
rather just a normal baked potato.
Baked potatoes in general.
I like baked potatoes, but that's the thing. They retain their. I would rather get a baked potato with some crispy skin on the outside. Then you cut it in half, and then you mash the inside, and you add butter and all your whatever to the inside.
Yeah.
Now you have a better form of mashed potato because it's hot still. The baked potato retained the heat.
I'm going to disagree because I like all forms of potatoes, and mashed potatoes is one of them. I love
like I
mashed
said,
potatoes.
I like mashed potatoes.
Like if I'm gonna have I'm just thinking of this because this is what I keep making most recently. But if I'm gonna have salmon and I want potatoes with it, it's not gonna be French fries.
No.
I feel like potatoes are like wine, and that you cannot have a red wine with fish.
I would have a baked potato.
Okay.
I would prefer a baked potato over mashed. I would prefer pretty much any form of a potato besides a tater tot over mashed potato. Unless, I will argue this, unless there is some, like, gravy. If you're putting hot gravy, I think my biggest problem is that you're just eating cold mushed potatoes.
Yeah.
That's where my problem lies.
I also really like cranberry sauce with it.
Yeah, well,
now we're just talking about Thanksgiving.
Yeah, now we're just...
Now I'm just hungry. I'm like, ooh, potatoes.
I am hungry, actually.
We should move on. I'm getting hungry.
I have a lot of food-related things, so this is not going to get any better.
All right, well...
But I think my biggest gripe with mashed potatoes is that you're essentially just eating cold mashed potatoes, and I'm not okay with that.
Okay.
That's it.
There you go.
Okay, great.
I disagree. We're not going to agree on this one. That's okay.
That's okay. I want it to be divisive.
Yes. And do I think they're the best form of potato? No. But I also I can't think of what the best... For me, I don't know what the best form of potato is. It all depends on the meal I want. It
also might... I'm going to stand firm on French fry, but I love breakfast potatoes. Mm-hmm. I love home fries. Home fries are a very close second, and some days it might even scoot up to first, depending on the home fry. I freaking love home fries.
They're really good. And there's in general, roasted potatoes are
delicious.
Oh my God. I
that might be my favorite, because then you could still do the rosemary and the garlic and all of that. Roasted potatoes, okay, but that might be top for me.
I do the potatoes, and then I put sweet potatoes chopped as well, and I mix it together and I roast them together.
Sometimes I add apples in there too. Ooh, chop up some sour apples and add that in there. A little surprise.
It's good with some pork.
I'm hungry.
These are recipe recommendations, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one. Mm-hmm. Do you wet your toothbrush before or after toothpaste?
Both.
Me too.
No, wait. Before or after? By after toothpaste, you mean you wet it, toothpaste, wet it again? Mm-hmm. No, before.
Okay.
I'm a before.
Yeah, I do both.
You do both?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like a psycho.
Why do you feel like you have to wet the toothpaste?
I don't know. I just do. I just feel like
you're a double wetter?
I'm a double wetter.
Wait, but is the toothpaste even really wet?
It's hard to tell. It's hard to say. It definitely is at the end.
Yeah.
It's foamy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do. I wet the toothbrush because, I don't know, toothpaste needs to be on.
Yeah.
And then the toothpaste, and then the toothpaste is too dry, so then I gotta wet it again,
Wow.
I don't have a reason. This is just how I do
things. I honestly don't even know why I wet the toothbrush to begin with. Or why don't I put the toothpaste on and then wet both?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either. Wow, this one is a thinker.
It is a thinker.
It's kind of like we can't even argue because we don't even know why we do the things we do.
I was like, I do it this way, and I stand by it for
don't know why.
No reason. If you ask me, couldn't tell you.
You know what? I'm gonna do an experiment next time I brush my teeth. I'm gonna try out different ways, see how I like it.
Yeah, you should.
I will.
Good.
Because I'm interested now.
Yeah. Do it.
I want to know.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, I have another food-related one, and it's called the lasagna paradox.
Okay.
I love this one. Okay. You know lasagna?
Heard of her.
Yeah. So if you have two lasagnas and you...
Lasagna. Yeah.
Yeah. If you have two lasagnas and you take one lasagna and you stack it on top of the other lasagna, do you have one lasagna?
Yes.
No, you do not.
Yes, you do.
No, you do not.
Why?
Because... The very nature of a lasagna, when you bake it fully, like a fully completed baked lasagna, is that the top layer is cheese. You always land on cheese, right? And then the cheese gets crispy. That's you always want that crispiness for the lasagna. If you were to take two fully baked lasagnas and then stack them on top of each other, well, now you have two layers of crispy in there.
It's one.
It's two lasagnas.
Because
it's two lasagnas stacked on each other.
That is your rendition of a lasagna. Is the crispy cheese on top.
It is not.
It is
the lasagna paradox.
There are many ways in which you can lasagna, okay? You can lasagna with vegetables. You can lasagna with meat. You can dairy free.
I am not denying that there can be different ingredients in a lasagna.
No, I know this. But you can...
The very nature of a lasagna is there has to be some sort of macaroni layer, sauce layer, cheese layer, be it vegan or not, and then you could either do meat, veggies, you could go nothing.
Yeah. But I'm saying is because there are so many different varieties of lasagna, you don't have to do the crispy cheese layer.
But then what?
Because
then you just have layered noodles.
If the base,
then it's just a noodle casserole.
Isn't all lasagna just noodle casserole?
No.
Why?
Because
it is.
No, it's not.
Listen to me. Listen.
Okay.
If the base of a lasagna, as you're saying, is there's a layer of noodles and a layer of sauce and a layer of cheese, it does not matter if there's a crispy layer or not. I got you. I got you. And that means
I am revoking your Italian card.
You can't. You can't. No. Can't do that. Genetics work. And so it's lasagna because of the noodle layer, the cheese layer, and the sauce layer. You're still layering it. It's one lasagna.
Fully disagree.
Okay.
I fully disagree.
You could take that up with the church.
The lasagna church. Yeah. Lord de lasagna.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this then.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Can we at least agree that a lasagna it consists of those ingredients? Mm-hmm. And that,
Yes.
Because Olive Garden, the McDonald's of Italian food,
yeah,
has a dessert that's called, like, chocolate lasagna or something like that.
That's not...
It's a layered cake.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not lasagna.
That's not lasagna.
Okay, so at least we can agree on what makes a lasagna.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, here's a question.
Yeah.
For all the keto people out there.
Okay.
Is a zucchini noodle a lasagna?
Is it
So instead of pasta...
I think I'm having a panic attack.
Instead of a pasta, you're using zoodles.
Zoodles!
Like a vegetable layer of noodles. I don't even know if that's keto. I made that up. I don't...
No, but I understand what you're asking. And I'm going to say that I think that it is lasagna in quotes.
Yeah. That makes sense. That works for me.
Okay. I think we could land there.
Yeah, we can. We can land there. I wouldn't say it was a gluten-free thing because I can get gluten-free lasagna and it's delicious. I made it about me.
Okay. Hold on. I don't want to end this yet.
Okay.
So let's say, you're throwing a big dinner.
Yeah.
Lots of people.
All the time.
So many people.
I know, a lot
and you
of
have
people.
to feed all these people. Mm-hmm. And luckily, they all love lasagna. So you're like, great, I'm going to make lasagna. Mm-hmm. You know, you have your baking dishes that all come in the same size. Yeah. And you make 4 separate lasagnas. Mm-hmm. But then you realize, oh crap, I only have 1 serving dish, right? Mm-hmm. So then you take your 4 lasagnas and you stack them on top of each other. Yep. And then somebody says, hey, Hannah, I loved you made a great 1 lasagna. You're telling me you wouldn't be like, no, I actually made 4 lasagnas and then stacked them on each other? You would just be like, nope, that is a 1 lasagna.
It turns into 1.
It does not.
It turns into the Leaning Tower of lasagna is what it turns into.
I will argue this. If you were to put more cheese on top of more mozzarella on top of the lasagna and throw it back in the oven to make it cohesive, I'll argue then it is 1 lasagna. But until that happens, you are just stacking 4 separate lasagnas on top of each other.
I'll take it.
Okay. Yes.
Lightly.
Can we have a tally? Can you do that?
I actually don't know. I think this episode's going up tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I can do that.
I'm just kidding anyways. All right.
Oh no.
Lasagna
Can you hear me? Okay. I have one that's like kind of a 2-parter.
Okay.
Okay, actually, it's a 3-parter.
It's unacceptable.
Oh, God.
I'm only accepting 2 parts.
Oh, well, I'll see myself out. No, okay, so the first thing is tomato sauce a jam?
Well, there's such thing as tomato jam. So no, it's a puree.
I wasn't sold on it either. So like, yeah, you're right, because actually jam has like
Preserves.
like, yeah, and like pectin and gelatin, something that makes it like jammy, right? Okay. All right, I'll take it.
Great.
It's not a jam. The next question's interesting then.
Yeah.
Is a Pop-Tart a ravioli? You think it is? I don't think so.
It is.
It is a ravioli?
It is a ravioli.
Okay, so here's my argument why it's not a ravioli.
Okay.
And I don't think it's a ravioli because, and I was thinking about this hard while I was drinking my coffee this morning, coming up with this list.
Okay.
I was like, my first thought was, it's absolutely a ravioli.
Yeah.
And then I thought about the whole, is tomato sauce a jam? Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh my God, raviolis don't have sauce in them. They have cheese.
Right.
So a Pop-Tart does not have cheese in it. It has jam.
Is the cheese element what makes a ravioli a ravioli?
I don't know any other raviolis.
Well, you have pierogies.
Is a pierogi a ravioli?
Yes, but not because it's stuffed with cheese.
You're telling me... I thought a pierogi's a pierogi.
I think that anything that is made of dough is square shaped.
Does it have to be square shaped? Because I've seen round raviolis.
Ooh, you're right. There are round raviolis. Okay, I think that anything that is made of dough and has a filling and is fried and or, cooked, whatever. Excuse me. Burpcast is a ravioli. I think that Pop-Tarts are raviolis. I think that pierogies are raviolis.
Do you think calzones is a giant ravioli? Yeah. I do think calzones are giant raviolis.
Or they're all calzones. Because a ravioli, they're all calzones.
So, are we sure?
Yeah. I'm sure.
Tortellinis are just little ravioli, right?
Tortellini is separate.
No, that is just a tiny ravioli. You gotta be kidding me.
Well, no, a tortellini is a wonton.
Is a wonton a ravioli?
No.
Why?
Because it's shaped differently.
No.
Yeah.
No, you can have many shapes.
No.
Is a dumpling a ravioli?
No.
Why? A Pop-Tart is a ravioli, but dumplings are not?
No, I changed my mind. They're all calzones.
So is a dumpling a calzone?
No. Because a dumpling is usually stuffed with, like, meats and vegetables.
But I've seen ravioli stuffed with meat.
Yeah, but...
And spinach.
It's usually... and cheese.
So why is a Pop-Tart a ravioli? There's holes in your argument. I found them all.
Okay. I think they're all... I think that...
They're all delicious.
I think I love them all. I think that a ravioli, a Pop-Tart, a pierogi...
Walk into a bar.
And we all say, hey, we're calzones. And then we walk out. I think they're all calzones. I think a dumpling is a calzone. I think that a tortellini is a wonton.
But a wonton is a dumpling.
A wonton is not a dumpling.
I looked it up yesterday when we were having ramen. It is a dumpling.
All right. Well, you know what? I don't know. Okay. I think they're all calzones.
Okay. That's fair.
Is it?
I think. Because, yeah.
I was put on the spot. I'll probably change my mind tomorrow.
Okay.
I stand by that a ravioli and a Pop-Tart are calzones. I stand by that.
I can see, okay.
I don't know about tortellinis and wontons.
Okay, I can see a Pop-Tart is not a ravioli, a Pop-Tart is a calzone, and a ravioli is also a calzone, but a ravioli is not a Pop-Tart. I can see that.
I agree with that.
Okay.
100%.
Great. Wonderful.
This is not our debate episode. This is called our compromise episode.
Because we have to be friends after this.
And we both have to be right. So we're literally just skating around everything, finding ways to make us both right. Okay.
Oh no.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Chocolate is not candy.
No, it's not.
It's not candy.
No.
And candy bars, albeit usually have chocolate, but they're candy. Candy bars are candy, but chocolate is not candy.
See, I even hesitate to call candy bars candy because I think of candy as like colorful and sweet and like the made of sugar, like that is what they're made of, is sugar.
I am merely just making the comparison between chocolate and candy. I'm not really defining candy.
Yeah.
I'm more comparing what is chocolate, what is candy. Like, I'm categorizing.
Yeah.
So, as far as, like, candy bars, like a Snickers bar or like a Twix bar.
I think of them as chocolate.
No, they are not chocolate. They are candy. I think there is a ratio as to how much chocolate needs to be in a chocolate in order for it to qualify as chocolate. And if that ratio is under, like, 50%,
Okay.
it's candy.
Then what's an M&M?
An M&M is chocolates.
What about mini M&Ms?
The ratio is the same.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah, it is.
They're just tinier.
2 + 2 is 4.
I mean, and I feel like that's not even... I mean, what is real chocolate and fake chocolate? But, like, a Hershey Kiss is chocolate.
Yeah.
A Hershey bar is chocolate. I would even go as far as saying a Reese's Cup is chocolate. Because it's mostly chocolate.
It's mostly peanut butter.
Well, I guess it depends on the Reese's Cup. I think that's chocolate. I don't think that's candy. I think that's chocolate.
I think...
But a Snickers bar, where it has like a nougat,
Yeah.
and that's just candy dipped in chocolate.
Yeah.
That's not chocolate.
Okay. I can see that.
Reese's Cup is hard. Reese's Cup can go either way.
Because to me, like, in my head, whenever I see candy, it's like Skittles and Starburst and, like, Twizzlers.
Yeah.
And, like, I never want that stuff, so...
I'm mostly arguing that candy bars are candy and not chocolate.
Yeah. It's hard, because for me, I'm a chocolate person, and so I always go chocolate, and when I think of candy, I think of the Skittles scenario. I really like gummy things, but that's really the extent of the candy I like. Anyways, this is Hannah's favorite things. Welcome to the show.
Okay, but you said that you like chocolate.
Yeah.
So when you go, let's say you have a craving for chocolate, and you go to buy something chocolatey, what are you reaching for?
Right now?
Just in general. This is about the topic. I'm not trying to, like...
Probably a peanut butter cup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of those ones where I would say it's chocolate, because I still think that, like, chocolate bars that have, like, peanut butter in them or, like, almonds in them and stuff, that's still chocolate.
Yeah.
So I think that's chocolate. But have you ever thought, well, maybe I shouldn't say ever, but do you normally think, like, oh man, I'm really in the mood for chocolate, let me grab this Twix bar real quick?
No.
No. Mostly because you can't have Twix
I
bars.
know. I was like, right now.
I know.
It's honestly, it's this. What I'm about to tell you. And also, if it were around all year round, it would be this. This is my favorite chocolate. It is
Lay it on me.
Cadbury mini eggs. I love them. I would eat them all the time.
Don't they have, like, crispy things inside of them?
No. So
it's just solid chocolate?
It's solid chocolate, but it's Cadbury chocolate, which is arguably better than Hershey's chocolate. Sorry. I mean it.
I'm not offended.
Okay, great. I mean it, to those of you that are offended. I feel very strongly about it.
I mean, if we're talking about Lindt chocolate. No, okay.
Yeah, it's just higher quality chocolate, and, like, And it has a candy coating on the outside.
So it's like an M&M.
It's like an M&M.
But it's a different quality of chocolate.
Yes. So,
I would say those are chocolate.
Yeah, I agree. So that's what I go for
Great.
when I want chocolate.
Well,
or like chocolate cake, honestly. I would prefer that
totally.
mostly. But
yeah. All right.
Sometimes you just gotta get what you get. And you don't get upset. It's not cake.
Especially for you.
Yeah. You know.
All right. Well, I learned a lot about you in that debate.
I learned a lot about you. Thanks. I made it about
myself. I
said
chocolate's not candy, and you said I like gummies.
I was about to be like, I don't like. Here's what my thought process was. I was like, I don't like a lot of candy, and I was like, in my head, I was like, well, that's not true, Hannah.
That's not true, Hannah. I like
you like
gummies,
Swedish fish and gummy bears.
And I'm like, okay, back to the chocolate. Actually, but while we're on the topic of candy, let me just go into this. All Starbursts taste the same.
They do.
All Skittles taste the same.
Mm-hmm.
All M&Ms, well, I guess that doesn't, they're not really flavored. But the ones that claim to have flavors, Starburst, Skittles, they're all the same.
I think some Starbursts slightly taste different, but I agree. Skittles, they all taste the same.
I think it's probably just a matter of, like, adding not a flavor ingredient, but like malic acid makes things sour.
Sorry, my ear is really itchy. Sorry.
Inappropriate.
I know.
We have to stop.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You can itch your ear.
It was just gross. I feel like that was a gross thing, but I itched my ear. Sorry, guys. Sorry, everyone.
It's okay.
Okay, continue.
Hydrate. I think it's probably just a matter of, like, adding an ingredient, like a little bit more malic acid to make the lemon ones taste a little bit more sour, but it's not, like, lemony flavor.
No,
it's all the same. Mm-hmm. They all taste the same. So the next time you buy your bag of all pink Starbursts, just know you're being duped.
However, I do think that Sour Patch Kids taste different. The red ones always taste the best.
I will stand by that as well.
Okay, great.
It could also go along with my argument, though, that they just add less malic acid onto the red ones to make them sweeter and more on the yellow ones to make them sour or
that makes sense.
Make them more Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad we had this talk. All right.
Good for you.
We don't have the rights to that song.
Never.
You got more?
Yeah. This one I saved because I get heated about it. Not that it will get heated, I will get heated.
I think I know what you're going to say because I added it to my list to remind you to bring it up.
The Oxford comma.
Oxford comma.
I feel very strongly about the Oxford comma.
I will just off the top say that I agree with your stance. Yes. We've had this discussion and I agree.
When Vampire Weekend said, who gives a fuck about an Oxford comma, I said, I do.
Yeah. And I said, right behind her.
And I have an argument for it for those of you at home that are going, what?
Educate the people.
I'm educating you. Okay. Do I have an argument right now? No. Yes, I do. Okay. You have a list. You have a series of things, okay? And you're naming off your favorite animals. You go, I like dogs, cats, and frogs, and...
I love all those things.
And after cats, you're like, do I need to put a comma, or does the and suffice? And maybe in that scenario, the and would suffice. Does it look aesthetically pleasing to leave the comma out? No, it doesn't. It looks horrible, and you look like trash. But there are examples, and I'm going to pull it up because I can't remember it right now, of why you need the Oxford comma. And just hold one moment. I'm pulling up the examples, unless you have it.
I don't. I was going to leave this up to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
These are supposed to be very funny examples. Okay. Rachel Ray finds inspiration in cooking her family and her dog. There's no commas there at all. So
she's cooking her family and her dog.
She's cooking her family. But that's not an Oxford comma. Hold on.
That's just commas in general.
Yeah.
I guess for the people, if you don't know what an Oxford comma is, it's when you have a list of 3 or more.
Yes.
And it's the last comma to go before the and at the end of your list.
And some scholars say that it's optional.
Some scholars say that it's optional because the and is there. And so some scholars argue that the and is what replaces the last comma known as the Oxford comma. And we're here to say no.
Not optional.
It is not optional. It is required. And there are examples that Hannah is pulling up.
I'm trying to find them.
That prove that it is necessary for the Oxford comma to be there.
Okay, I have an example. Are you ready? So, an Oxford comma example. Somebody could say, I admire my parents, comma, Gandhi, comma, and Mother Teresa. Now, if you left out the Oxford comma, the comma before the and, you'd be saying, I admire my parents, comma, Gandhi and Mother Teresa.
Yes, that is a perfect example.
That does not make sense.
No, that implies that your parents are Gandhi and Mother Teresa.
Exactly. And this is why the Oxford comma is necessary. Thank you. I'll be here all week trying to figure out more examples.
Insert applause here. Fantastic. Fantastic. I love it. I agree 100%. Okay. Learning makes you dumb. Or more dumb? Is it more dumb or dumber? It's dumber.
Dumber.
Learning makes you dumber.
Why?
Well, do you agree or disagree? And then I'll tell you why.
I disagree.
Okay. The reason why learning makes you dumber is because the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know. And so it makes you dumber because you exactly what I said.
But here's the thing. The other people are so ignorant to the fact that they don't know anything that they're also ignorant to that. So the people who know that they don't know everything know more than the people that don't know that.
Yeah, but that's comparative. That's saying learning makes you smarter than the next person, which is true. I don't think it
makes you dumber. I think, no. I disagree.
I don't think dumber is the right word, but I think that learning... Well, okay. So, to be dumb means that you don't know a lot, right? I suppose. To be stupid means you don't know a lot. And learning is learning new things. You're learning different things.
Yeah.
So then if you're learning more, and in the process of learning more, realizing that you're realizing that there's more that you don't know than you do know, then ipso facto, learning makes you dumb.
I don't know.
I'm standing by it.
I don't think so.
Not in a comparative sense. So you can't sit there and say that, learning makes you dumber than the next person. No. Learning, obviously, you're learning more information, and therefore, if you two were at the same level and then you learn other things, you are smarter than the last person.
But okay, even comparing to yourself, you have, think of knowledge as water. You have a glass, and your glass is empty, and then you have more knowledge, and so that doesn't make the glass emptier.
Yeah.
The glass is fuller.
Well, but also... going off of your glass example, you're filling the glass more, but then you're realizing that the glass keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
But it's still not empty.
It's not empty. But at a certain point, you're going to realize, every time you learn something new, you realize that there is so much more to it than you knew before. And so therefore, you're opening up this world of you're learning that there's more that you don't know than what you do know.
Yeah.
And so your glass keeps getting bigger. And so you're probably filling it at a nice steady rate, but as you're filling it, you're realizing there's so much out there that you don't know. And so the glass is just at an accelerated rate getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So then in terms of ratios, you're dumber than you were before.
I'm feeling currently right now that I'm dumber before than I know.
You are welcome. My point exactly.
I don't know if I agree
Thank
with
you.
it, but we're going to agree to disagree on that one.
That's fine.
Do you have any other ones? I have one more, but...
I just have... Yeah, go ahead with your one more, and then I just have some things I'm going to throw out there that are just, like, points.
Okay.
Okay?
Do you get into a car head first or butt first?
Butt first.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. There was a whole debate online of, like, somebody realizing that men get in the car butt first and women get in the car head first. And so I tested it, and I do get in the car head first generally. And I tested it with Joe, and he got in the car butt first. However, I think it depends on the car height. And I didn't think this at first, but I have an SUV, and when I get in my car, I get in head first. However, I got in Joe's car, which is a sedan and is significantly lower than mine, and I wasn't thinking about it, but he got in the driver's side, and I got in the car, and he said, "You just got to butt first." Like, he called it out, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So it depends.
I'm butt first.
All the time.
For sure.
All the time.
Because in big cars, I'm only 5'2". You're 5'2" too.
Yeah.
5'2". 5'2".
I'm 5 feet 22 inches.
Yeah, exactly. In big cars, I'll still like pull myself up and wiggle my way in butt first still.
I don't think I do that.
I don't do head first. Because, I don't know, because I
I
can't
have,
anticipate the space for my head.
If I have,
do you find that you hit your head a lot on, like, the visor or anything like that?
No.
Yeah.
Because for me, generally, now this is, like, a me problem, is I don't, like, if I have a bag of things, like this bag here, if I am getting in my car and it's, like, I foresee having enough room on the passenger side, I stick it in first, put it on the passenger side, and get in.
Oh my god. Do you know what I do?
What?
That I'm just realizing in this moment?
What?
If I have a bunch of stuff too and I want to put it on my passenger, I use my hip to like shift it over, and then I like get in and I like plop it on the seat. I still go butt first.
Wow. No, yeah, I go, and then I head first, and then I just climb in.
I think because I don't have any upper arm strength, so.
I don't either, but,
Wow.
So, there you have it, everybody. Our reasons. Rhymes and reasons.
Alright, I'm just gonna go through... Oh, wait, no, I got one. Okay, I'm gonna save that for the end. Okay. I'm gonna rattle some off, and you tell me, you just give me yes or no.
Okay.
Alright? And we will
lightning round.
Right, this is the lightning round. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alternative milks are not milk.
They're not milk.
Not milk.
But I love them.
We love them. Cats are dogs with trust issues.
Cats are smarter dogs. Next.
There's some really smart dogs out there.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Undetermined.
Undetermined. I have no idea.
Oh my god, where is it? Dance is an art, cheerleading is a sport.
Yes.
Accurate. Yoga is just creative standing.
No.
No, I don't agree either.
It is more than that.
It is way more
It
than
is
that.
a spiritual practice.
But I thought that was funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
We don't agree. Audiobooks still count as reading.
Yes.
I agree. Maybe, let me clarify. Maybe not the action of reading, but if somebody says, hey, have you read this book?
Yeah.
And I just listened to the audio, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to clarify.
I'm not an audiobook user, but I do recognize, like, the value in it, especially for people who are blind. And
Absolutely.
so you can't just say people who are blind don't read. They're listening to audiobooks.
That is a great point that I didn't even think of, and I agree. Absolutely, 100%. Orzos are just pasta pills.
Yeah, we talked about this.
We said that earlier today. All right, and then here's my last final debate.
Wait, I have one really quickly.
Oh yeah, go.
Couscous. That means couscous is pasta, rice.
Couscous? Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. 100%.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anyways, continue.
Thank you. All right, here's my last one, and it's a doozy. Ready? There wasn't room on the door for Jack.
You know, I used to think there was, and I agree, there wasn't.
There wasn't room on the door for Jack. No. Also, you have two people. What is this, a flotation device door? Does the door have floaties on it?
Well, I think there was room, but I think it would have sank, and they wouldn't have been able to, like, it would have defeated the purpose of the door.
She was laying out on that door.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the ratio of door to, like, two people sitting on it or even laying next to each other on it, sure, they could have both fit on the door if it was on land, but they were in the middle of a freezing ocean.
Yeah.
There was no room. He could not have gotten on the door. They wouldn't have even successfully gotten onto the door together, and it probably would have sank.
Well, they tried.
Yeah.
They did try to get on the door together.
There you go.
And it didn't work. Remember, there was a whole part where she was like, ah, and they're like falling all over the door, and then...
I don't remember that, actually. I haven't seen the movie in a very long time.
And then she gets on it, and she was like, oh no, Jack, you can't.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I just remember them...
Like, they don't
I just
say it out
remember
loud.
it just cutting to the scene of them, like, her laying on the door and him, like, holding on to the side.
No, I remember a whole struggle of her getting on the door, and then I think he tried to get on it, too.
I think he was just helping her onto the door. I don't think he was trying to get on it. I think he was just trying to get her onto it, and that was probably a struggle because they were in freezing water, and their boat just sank. So I think it was just him trying to help her onto the door. Mm-hmm. I don't recall them mutually trying to get him on the door.
I have one more debate topic, but I don't... Have you seen The Notebook?
A long time ago.
I'm just thinking of this now, because it's... I don't know why this reminded me of it.
Now we got into movies.
But I think that relationship was toxic.
Duh. I don't even have to see the movie to know that.
But my biggest reason for it being toxic was there's a scene in the beginning of the movie, and he's asking her out on a date, and they're at a carnival, and he climbs onto the Ferris wheel mm-hmm. and he asks her out, and she says no, and he drops his hand, and he goes, you need to go out with me or I'm gonna drop.
Yeah.
That's immediately no.
That is called coercion?
Yeah. That's manipulation.
Yep.
That's to the nth degree.
Yeah.
And it started out weak already.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's
I agree.
my
agree
debate.
100%.
If we're on a movie debate, that's my debate.
I would debate that almost all relationships that are depicted in rom-coms are toxic.
That's fair.
That is a very broad general statement with no prior research. But get in the comments. Tell me a rom-com with a healthy relationship. Healthy, positive relationship.
We want to hear it.
Get in those comments. Also, guys, get in the comments and argue with us. This whole episode was just so we can rile each other up, and it didn't really work. We just compromised with each other the whole time.
Well,
but it was fun.
We're both Virgo placements with people-pleasing qualities, so...
That's true. So, thanks for hanging out with us. Find us on all the things. Find us on
TikTok.
Instagram. Find us on TikTok.
We can't even coordinate
what we're saying.
YouTube.
If you're watching us on YouTube, you found us. Subscribe so you don't have to keep finding us.
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash that subscribe button. If you are just listening to us, or you found us on our social medias and you're looking for us on YouTube, it is Stitch and Bitch without the I. There is an
asterisk.
There isn't, yes, in place of the I. Podcast. You'll see our faces when you find us and our logo. And so find us on all the things. Subscribe.
Like
so
I
you
always
hear us
say,
compromise on more debates.
Like I always say, listen to us on Spotify and then soak it in. and then come back and watch this on YouTube later after work.
Yeah.
You can watch this on YouTube because
Yeah.
you're like cooking or something. So,
And who knows? Maybe next episode we'll actually be crocheting.
hopefully. I feel like we've had busy weeks.
We
so
have.
we just like haven't had time to coordinate projects or anything.
But we're not going to make excuses. We go on ebbs and flows. Crochet, any art is an ebb and flow. You know, life is an ebb and flow. And on that note, bye.
Bye.